Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about impact to socio-economic environment. Okay, we have been discussing about the impacts caused to different types of environment, including water, air, biological environment, noise environment, etc. Today we are going to discuss about the impacts caused to socio-economic environment. Okay. So what is meant by a socio-economic environment? For our convenience, socio-economic environment will be abbreviated as SEIA. Okay. So during the environmental impact process, okay, during the environmental impact assessment process, the systematic analysis which is used to identify and evaluate the potential socio-economic and cultural impacts of a proposed development on the lives and circumstances of people, families, and their communities. Socio-economic impact assessment means it is the systematic analysis used during the environment impact assessment to identify and evaluate the potential socio-economic and cultural impacts of a proposed development on the lives and circumstances of people. Okay. Now, the issue is whether these potential impacts are significant or adverse. The socio-economic impact assessment will be assisting the developer. Okay, whoever is the developer, socio-economic impact assessment will be assisting the development and also other parties in the environment impact assessment process to reduce, remove, or prevent these impacts from happening. Anything can be done. Either you remove the impacts or you reduce the amount, or you can completely stop these impacts from happening. Okay. Now, what is impact? We have already discussed about impact. Impact means it is the potential change that is caused. It is either directly or indirectly, either in whole or in part, for better or for worse by industrial development activity. Okay, so some form of industrial development activity is happening. Okay, it may be either positively or negatively, it is causing some potential changes. These potential changes may be caused either directly or indirectly. It may be in parts or completely as a whole. Okay, now actually, in the past, when we were discussing about the environment impact assessment, we were concerned only with the impacts of development on water, air, land, flora, and fauna, etc. We have already discussed all these things, right? But in the recent years only, okay, in the recent years only, what are the impacts caused due to industrial development on society, culture, and different forms of economic activity have also gained prominence. Earlier, it was concerned only with environments like air, water, flora and fauna, land, noise, etc. But in course of time, a new consideration need to be given to the socio-economic and cultural life of the people. Okay. So the socio-economic impact assessment may be able to identify and distinguish numerous number of impacts. Okay. But the fact is that all the impacts need not be significant. In some cases, some impacts may be ignorant. It can be ignored. There is no need of carrying out with such kind of impact assessment. Okay. Now, the SCIA will be providing a platform, okay, for planning how to maximize the beneficial impacts of a proposed development. I told that there are two types of development. The developments can be either in a positive way or in a negative way. So if the impact is in a, sorry, not development, impact. So if the impact is in a positive manner, okay, how to maximize the beneficial effects of that proposed development, that can be done by providing a best platform by the socio-economic impact assessment. So what do you mean by this beneficial impacts or positive impacts or the impacts which may be leading to the benefit of the community? It include due to the development activity, if a better standard of living is introduced, okay, like due to the industrial activity being carried out, there is a chance of increased employment, increased business opportunities, increased training and education. So all these things will be beneficially affecting the community. So the objective should be, if any beneficial impact is identified, then the effort should be to maximize the beneficial impact, right? Another one is greater access to and from a community. Okay, the accessibility of the community from the outer world will be increased. Movement towards a community and away from the community will be highly benefited by this developmental activities. Then increase funding to improve the social infrastructure and cultural maintenance program. Now, let us see the different realms of socio-economic environment. Here, observe this diagram. This is the environment impact assessment. Okay, so environment impact assessment can be having different realms. Impacts on water. We have already discussed about the impact on water. Impact on land and air. Impact on wildlife. Last class, we have seen about the impact to flora and fauna. So these things, actually, you can see that the environment impact assessment, here you can have two color codings are provided in this figure, right? This gray part is for socio-economic impact realms and this yellow part is for biophysical impact realms. So when you observe this, you can see that impacts on water, impacts on land and air, impacts on wildlife, these are completely or these are exclusively impacts on biophysical realm. Here the health impact is given as a combination of both these colors, which means that the biophysical impact realm as well as the socio-economic impact realm both are present in this circle. Okay, then you have the social impact, economic impact and cultural impact. So the total environment impact assessment is considered as a superset of all these different realms. These include the socio-economic impact realms as well as the biophysical impact realms. Now, let us see the different socio-economic components and what are the issues associated with the different socio-economic components. Now, the socio-economic impact assessment is examining the different socio-economic components. And first of all, the listing of socio-economic components is done. And then it is determined how these socio-economic components may be interacting with the components of a proposed development. For example, in the case of health and well-being, the potentially affected communities may be identifying the possibility of a development causing an increased level of sexually transmitted infection. So let us observe this table. First one is health and well-being. This is the one of the valued socio-economic component, health and well-being. So what are the issues associated with health and well-being? First one is individual and population health. Then community and cultural group cohesion, individual and population health, community and cultural group cohesion, family cohesion and cultural maintenance. These are the different issues associated with health and well-being. Next one is sustainable wildlife harvesting, land access and use. Hunting, trapping, gathering, etc. are the different issues. Then the access to land as part of recreational and traditional economy, then value of alternative land uses. Now, another socio-economic component is protecting the heritage and cultural resources. So in this, what are the issues to protecting the cultural and heritage resources of a particular area? The aesthetic, cultural, archaeological or spiritual value of the place will be affected. For example, I will give one simple example. Protecting the heritage and cultural resources is our issue. You have one mangrove forest. You know that mangrove, okay, mangrove forest don't consider. Consider the case of a temple, okay? Temple is a place for protecting the heritage and cultural resources. Near to the temple, some form of development activity is being operated. So considering the purpose for which the temple is built or considering the atmosphere provided by the temple, okay, there is a negative impact happening due to this development activity. The cultural or aesthetic or spiritual values of place will be badly affected. So that is an issue concerned with cultural and heritage resources. Next one is equitable business and employment opportunities. So the aspect of business and employment opportunities is competitiveness will be increasing as part of a developmental activity. More and more investment will be happening. So as part of improved investment, there is a chance of generating more and more employment opportunities. Okay, so that is it. Employment opportunities for local, regional, and territorial residents will be happening. Then training and career development will be happening. Next one is population sustainability. In and out migration effects. Earlier, the situation was that there was no proper accessibility or no proper connectivity to the particular location. But as a part of this developmental project, what happened? As a part of this developmental project, a better connectivity was established from and out of this particular system. So what happened? The migration activities was considerably improved. Next one is adequate services and infrastructure. It will create pressures on social services like healthcare, education, justice, etc. Next one is adequate sustainable income and lifestyle. Overall amount of money flow in the community will be affected. Now, how this community is using the money? Local and regional cost of living. As part of this developmental activity, more and more investment will be happening, more and more exposure will be created to the population, which will be resulting in an increased cost of living. Okay, for example, consider a situation you are living in a particular village, okay, where the exposure to outside world is less. But what happened is, as part of developmental project, some new business enterprise, suppose a mall is established. So what will happen if a mall is established? More and more business centers will be opened surrounding the mall, right? So the people will be put into a habit of moving into the mall for their recreation. So what will happen? Once they are going to the mall frequently, they will be in a tendency to purchase things or do some money transaction after going in this place. So these things will be increasing the local and regional cost of living. Okay. And as a part of developmental activity, you can also see that there is adverse lifestyle changes. For example, increased gambling, crime, substance abuse, etc. When you consider, for example, consider Chamoli district, Chamoli region where our college is located, right? You know that the crime rate is very much less in that particular location. Why? The population is considerably low. But what is happening once people are moving on to cities, the crime rate is increasing. So there is chances of increased crime rate, increased gambling, substance abuse, etc. Okay. So these are the different impacts caused to the socio-economic environment. Okay. So these impact may be resulting from any of the following. First of all, having large work camps near small community. If a community is living as a small group, near to the small community, there is a large work camp located. Then there is a chance that more and more workers are being migrated, additional migration by new workers. The presence of more disposable income in the community and altered cultural norms. So these are the different characteristics. So continuing. Now, when we are conducting a socio-impact assessment, socio-economic impact assessment, the following consideration is very much important. First of all, what is the scale? The scale and focus of socio-economic impact assessment need to be focused. We need to be matched with the characteristics of the proposed development and concerns of responsible authorities and potentially affected communities and individuals. What does it mean is, you have a proposed development in mind, right? What are the characteristics of that proposed development? Okay. And how the responsible authorities and potentially affected communities and individuals are impacted by this. So what is the focus kept for the development activity and what are the impacts caused due to it to particular authorities as well as particular individual? That need to be a matching need to be done. Okay, it should be mapped properly and checked whether the impact is happening or not. Okay, so a focus and matching is need to be done. Next one is, I told that there are two types of impacts. Either the impact will be beneficial or positive in nature, or it may be negative or adverse. So what need to be done is the negative impact or the adverse impacts need to be minimized, and the positive impact or the beneficial impacts need to be enhanced. Next one is using the precautionary principle and other internationally recognized SCIA principles. Now, we need to focus on impact that are at least partially attributable to the proposed development. What are the particular impacts and how these impacts are attributable to the proposed development that need to be focused. Next one is, we have to involve the various potentially affected communities in the socio-economic impact assessment early and extensively. Now, the impact equity need to be maintained. Experts from government communities as well as social science need to be involved in this particular activity. The information used should be appropriate and relevant. Okay, the information which is collected from primary or secondary sources need to be checked for its factual correctness and its reliability. Now, balancing traditional knowledge and scientific knowledge. In some cases, it may be happening that, especially in case of cultural environment and all, people will be more sensitive, right? People will be more sensitive and they will be coming up with different traditional knowledge. Okay. So as a person, as an authority to conduct this impact assessment, there should be striking a balance between the traditionally obtained knowledge as well as scientific knowledge, and a matching need to be done between these two. You cannot completely accept the traditional knowledge which is shared by the people, because there may be lacking of scientific evidences or there may be lacking of scientific timber within that, right? But you cannot forcefully implement the scientific knowledge also, because in terms of cultural environment, the issue is that it will be hurting the sentiments of the people. Okay, so a proper impact assessment personnel need to consider the sentiments of people. So there should be a balance striking between these two, right? Now, there are certain considerations for conducting the SCIA. Let us see what are the certain considerations. First of all, from the adverse impacts of proposed development, the environment need to be protected. The protection of environment from the significant adverse impacts of proposed development. Then the protection of social, cultural, and economic well-being of residents in the community. That's it. Now, socio-economic impact assessment and the Mackenzie Valley EIA process. So, during environment impact assessment, how closely the possible socio-economic impacts are assessed? That is being determined by the following three main factors. What is the level of EIA being conducted? Now, what is the nature and scale of proposed development? Then the socio-economic context of the proposed development. What is the level of EIA being considered? Then what is the nature and scale of the proposed development? And what is the socio-economic context of the proposed development? These are the different factors that need to be considered. Now, let us observe the different figures of, different stages of EIA. We have already seen about these stages. Preparation of applications for preliminary screening, then preliminary screening, environmental assessment, and then EIR. These are the different stages of this. EIR means environmental impact review. Okay, so these things we have already discussed in our previous sessions, so we don't need to focus much. Okay, now what are the different processes involved in a socio-economic impact assessment? Actually, a socio-economic impact assessment will be answering some questions using a series of steps, and the series of steps involve the steps for identifying the impact. What are the different impacts caused? The impacts need to be identified properly. Then the impacts need to be assessed. What are the impact and how these impacts are happening? It need to be assessed. Then how to mitigate, okay? What are the different mitigative measures and how to monitor? How to monitor the potential impacts of a proposed development. So the different steps in the socio-economic impact assessment are similar to those steps which are used during the impact assessment of biophysical environment also. But this socio-economic impact assessment requires different data collection methods. Okay, different data collection methods is required for a socio-economic impact assessment. So that's it. I'll share this PDF with you so you can go through this and you can have a better learning.